What's up, crypto and spiritual family? This is Ocean Starship with another video. Hope you're having a blessed day. First, I want to say nothing in this video is financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. But I have a rock'em sock'em video for you all today, because I found something in this video that leads me to believe one of these coins will reach $800. And my spirit is leading me more in the direction of loan protocol. I'm going to show you why in this video, because we're going to see certain numbers that will seem familiar to us, right? I've already told you 524 is loan protocol, and this video will let you know why I feel that way, why I feel loan will reach $800. But before we get started, if you would like to show support, these are the ways you can show that support. Also, big shout out to Michael and Leverage. Thank you guys for the tips that you sent. You're greatly appreciated. But I decided to decode Stellar will vroom when, and we know what vroom means, right? Take off. And what I found was World War III averted. So it's going to have something to do with World War III. But what is averted? And notice the 245, and I told you 524 is loan protocol. Also, Bible will Jesus take the wheel. Remember the 5th of November with the 1254. Doing my best to save you, and QC the storm is coming, or calming, right? And that term calming got my attention because I knew it was saying something. Okay? We also see checkmate. Want to buy yourself some more time with the 154, and we know that's Alcor. And it says you will become wealthy. There's the 1524 next to the 254, right? And you never count your money. With the 2094, 294 is Alcor with the 349. Swap those two letters around, you get 394, which is Chinese, Ripple Chinese. We also see robot apocalypse, artificial intelligence now able to reproduce, right? Also, active connections shows the mirrored laptop. And that word active got my attention because we know we have active keys, right? And also, protocol save eagle activated. Keyword protocol, right? Keyword protocol. I also found where is the letter worth 800, right? Where is the letter worth 800? Also, window of opportunity, fifth angel who holds the key and great chain to the bottomless pit, 624, right? Fifth. And we know Alcor 294, fifth is also 294. Now let's talk about averted, right? Because it says when World War III is averted. That's when Stellar will vroom, right? So I knew averted was saying something. And turns out averted is 33936. And what is 936? Proton loan, right? It's also proton. It's also eating PUSSY. It is also Alcor treasure, right? We see multiplying, vandalism, Operation Z, famous, prove, and spiral. When the war spirals out of control. When war becomes famous. We know Operation Z, we know the Russians have the Z symbol on all their equipment. Now let's talk about the bottomless pit, right? The fifth angel has the keys to the bottomless pit, right? Now you will see that and be like, oh no. But I told you when you're decoding, you have to scratch beneath the surface. Because bottomless pit is saying monetary, the fifth angel, right? And we know fifth is Alcor. And it says monetary. Last Supper, mandatory, put God first, World Trade Center, your inheritance, and the power of love, right? We've seen love come up in a lot of my recent videos. Right? And it says your inheritance, and it says World Trade Center. And it's talking about L-core, in my opinion. Because the fifth is L-core 294. Now let's talk about where is the letter, because it said where is the letter worth 800. So basically whatever we find is going to say worth 800. And it says Babylonian woe, right? Which is huge. Babylonian. It says prepare yourself, worth 800. The rising phoenix, worth 800. Depopulation, inheritance, disentangle, and inheritance, worth 800, with the 470, and 470 is proton. And we saw purple power. And here we see Kyoto Protocol. There's the word protocol again, fam. We've seen protocol twice in this decode. Now let's talk about Kyoto, because it said Kyoto Protocol. What could Kyoto be pointing to? What could that mean? Right? And what I discovered was Kyoto basically is symbol. Last chance and rapid fire. Look at the 254. Rapid fire 254, which was also 1524. What is 524? Lone protocol. And we know that symbol, right? We know that symbol, and many of us believe that's the true XRP symbol. But that's just my opinion. Now let's talk about power right quick, because it said purple power, right? We know Long Protocol's symbol is purple, right? We also know that XPR Proton is purple. And here it says account with the 462. I am an angel 154, right? L-core. We also see Viking Lotto, economic. We see Peruvian with the 636, which is L-core channel. And we also see Devouring, which is 690, which is Metallicus. Right? These terms are speaking today. Definitely speaking. Now let's talk about woe. Because we saw the term Babylonian woe. Right? And I've been speaking about that term for a minute. You don't hear no one else talking about it, but Starship is. Because there are certain things tied to that. Right? And I'm going to show you one of those things that's definitely tied to it near the end of this video. That's why you have to watch it to the end, because I have a surprise for you. But it says global vote, right? Babylonian global vote. Babylonian materialization. Babylonian BSV, but also has the 792, which is Anchor Wallet, right? You see 936, don your mask, and I just spoke about what those terms mean, right? Those terms that are tied to 936. We also see trades with the 924154 L-core, obelisk on ley lines. And did you see Neutron XPR? Neutron XPR, fam. You cannot make this up. Neutron XPR. So you know I had to see what Neutron is, right? And I saw the 642. And I said, I got it. I got it. I got it. Because Neutron is Babylon. Neutron is also zebec. You also see Quantum XPR, right? Military XPR and the Grays XPR. I wonder if that's talking about Gray Mass XPR. But we also see zebec XPR and Babylon XPR. What about Currency XPR and Holy Grail XPR? Now you see why they don't want you to see what I'm showing you, fam. Now you see why they try to disrupt our lives, which I'm doing today. I'm going live today, fam. So y'all be looking out. I don't know exactly what time, but I'm definitely going live today because we're going to have to speak about some of these terms. Now let's talk about trades, because we saw the term trades, right? We also saw earlier in this video World Trading Center, right? Well, trades led me to truth, right? Mortified 636, basically Alcor channel trades. We see stellar trades. We see nothing trades with the 254, which is loan protocol. We see this other term I'm not going to try to pronounce, but I definitely see the 792, which is Anchor Wallet, Noah's Ark, digital money trades, and fallout trades. Now that term got my attention. Fallout. I wonder what type of fallout that's talking about. Now let's talk about 800, right? Because it said where is the letter worth 800 or something like that, right? Well, 800 turns out to be 470, right? And we see clearly 470 is protons. It's also RFID for barcodes. You see passengers with the 468, right? Bollywood and paperwork. Paperwork. I wonder what paper that's talking about. Because I do remember a certificate that we printed out, right? That has barcodes on it and words, right? And has SEC and another number at the top. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? And then I say, wait a minute, let me put in $800 to see what I get. And that gave me the 486, right? 486. I'm going to show you why these numbers are important. I'm going to show you why. Because that led me to Sleeper, which is 480, and that is web off. And you see Bluebeam 366, which is S loan. Do you see it? Because I do. I know the numbers. That's why I tell you guys, the more you decode, the more you will recognize certain numbers and terms. Because here it is. S loan is 366. Also, we saw in this video the 234, right? Well, the 234 is also the folding of my papers. We just saw it says something about paperwork, right? What about 234 is also 100, and 100 is loan. And 100 is also Iraqi dinar. Where is Babylon? In Iraq. Right? We saw the 486. That is I'm Anchor. We also saw 792 Anchor Wallet. And we also saw the 642, which is Pro XPR. This is why I'm so shadow banned, fam. That's why I tell you, if you found this channel, you have some angels working in your favor. They trying to show you something. They have removed the veil. There's something special about you. What about Alcor 294154 that I kept telling you? 154, that's Alcor, right? Also, we saw 468, that is on Alcor. What more proof do you need? What more proof do you need? You should really know why you're here now. Because this is the information that 95% on the internet are not getting. I know I'm shadow banned, fam. But it's all good because I have an awesome community that supports me. And I'm going to keep pushing. But now you know. Now we know the Babylonian woe. Now we know what's coming. So hit that like, subscribe to my channel, and share this video. Also, come over, join the Patreon. And also, fam, all tips are appreciated. Have a blessed day. Starship out.